going on, everyone? This is the Mac Roberts back again with another NBA 2K24 My Player build. Today we're going to be taking a look at the best Nikola Jokic build. So for the physicals, we're going to have the center position. He obviously plays center. For the height, you're going to bring it down to 6'11", and for the weight, you're going to bring it down to 235 pounds. For that wingspan, you're going to bring it down to 7'1". And now let's get into the attributes. For close shots, you're going to bring it up to an 88. For your driving layup, you're going to bring it up to a 71. For your driving dunk, you're going to bring it up to a 70. For your standing dunk, you're going to bring it up to a 90. And for your post control, you're going to bring it up to an 88. For your shooting, you're going to bring it up to a 91. For your three-point shots, you're going to max that out also to an 84. And for your free throw, you're going to bring it up to an 84 also. Now for your playmaking, you're going to bring your pass accuracy up to an 87. Your ball handling up to a 72. And your speed with ball up to a 60. Lastly, for your defense and rebounding, you're going to bring your interior defense up to an 82. Your perimeter defense up to a 55. I overdid interior defense, so the perimeter still went up. So you're going to bring that back down to 27. For your block, you're going to bring it up to a 52. For your offensive rebounding, you're going to bring it up to a 54. And lastly, for that defensive rebounding, you're going to bring it up to an 89. So the reason why I decided to go with this type of build, Nikola Jokic obviously isn't a great defender. He's a pretty solid finisher inside. He's got the post moves. He can, get that standing dunk. The shooting is always there. So the most interesting part, obviously is your defensive skills. You don't get anchor, unfortunately, because you don't have the 77 block. You do get post lockdown by the time we're going to be finished with everything. We're going to bring up the strength, and you're going to get workhorse just, out of, getting the stamina up. For your offensive defensive rebounds, you're obviously going to get rebound chaser on silver, and you're also going to end up with box out beast once you bring up the physicals. So that's why I decided to go with this type of build. Obviously, you weren't going to be able to get the inside interior force, that he's known for that high. But I think that this is pretty solid. Obviously, he's also not a great shot blocker. I could have gone with anchor, but there was just too much I had to give up in order to get that. Same thing with making the rebounds a little bit higher. Then that would be a 90 mid-range shot, okay, 83 3-point shot, which is 83 3-point shot, which is fine. But I think that it'd be better service having a 91 mid-range shot and an 84. But if you wanted to decide to go with that, you can obviously go with 7-2 and then possibly bring it up to defensive rebounding up to 90. But for the physicals for this build that I've created, you're going to bring your speed up to a 60, your acceleration up to a 60, the strength up to an 86. There you go. Now a lot of the badges are starting to light up. Back down punisher, fearless finisher, etc. and etc. And for your vertical, you're going to bring it up to a 62. And lastly, you're going to spend the rest of your points on stamina, bringing it up to a 90. So also, as a quick note, you do also get handles for days. I debated bringing brick wall up to so getting the strength up to a 90 to get gold brick wall, but I think that again it was more so just getting the rest of the attributes as accurate as possible in order to kind of create this player that actually does a lot of the things that Nikola Jokic does basically almost perfectly. But this is going to be the build for next gen. Now we're going to get into the build for current gen. Now, for current gen, you're going to use the exact same physicals as you did for next gen. That means you're going to have them at 6'11". For the weight, you're going to bring them down to 235. And for the wingspan, you're going to bring it down to 7'1". Body shape, let's build it compact. Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Anyway, for the attributes, you're going to go with a close shot of 87. For your driving layup, you're going to go with a 71. For your driving dunk, you're going to go with a 50. For your standing dunk, you're going to go with an 87. And for your post control, you're going to go with an 88. And that's going to give you 19 finishing badges. For shooting, you're going to go with a mid-range shot of 85. For your three-point shot, you're going to go with a 84. And you're going to bring your free throw up to an 81. And that's going to give you 23 shooting badges. For playmaking, you're going to bring your pass accuracy up to an 82. For your ball handle, you're going to bring it up to a 70. And for your speed with ball, you're going to bring it up to a 60. And that's going to give you 17 playmaking badges. Lastly, for defense and rebounding, you're going to bring your interior defense up to an 80. Your perimeter defense is going to stay the same at 30. Your steal is going to stay the same at 25. And your block is going to stay the same at 40. Lastly, for your defensive rebounding, you're going to bring it up to an 86. And that's going to bring your offensive up to 51. And that's going to give you 12 defense and rebounding badges. So with 19 finishing, 23 shooting, 17 playmaking, and 12 defense and rebounding badges, you're going to have a total of 71 badges. For your physicals, you're going to bring your speed up to a 60. Your physicals up to a 60 as well. Your strength, you're going to bring up to an 85. And for your vert, you're going to bring it up to a 60 as well. And you're going to spend the rest on stamina. I just saw the perimeter defense go up. Bring that back down. Yeah, the rest on stamina. That's going to give you a 90 stamina. So for this build, I don't particularly like it in comparison to the next gen build. The next gen build obviously gives you a lot more options in comparison to the current gen build. But I tried to make it as close and accurate to Jokic as possible. You know, the rebounding and defense, I mean, the defense wasn't really going to be a problem. I just wanted to get some extra badges here and there. That block, you know, Nikola Jokic isn't really a shot blocker anyway, so I wasn't too worried about that. It was more so for me the passing and being slightly better with the mid-range shot, but again, I couldn't really do too much with that given the amount of attributes that I had. But, you know, like I said, it's still a Nikola Jokic build. It's still based around Jokic. It will play like Jokic when you get it out, especially at 99, of course. But, yeah, this is going to be my Nikola Jokic build. Now, for the takeovers, you can go with, you know, advanced post moves, power back downs. If you wanted to go with something like a double shooting, I would go with limitless range and probably precision. But I actually don't like that for a big. I would probably go with negative impact instead. Negative impact, limitless range, but you can also use any of the post takeovers as well. And this is complete, and you have built a 3-level threat, shades of Bobby Portis, Nikola Vucevic, and Wendell Carter Jr. Now for your badges, for your finishing badges, you're going to go with back down Punisher on bronze. You're going to go with post spin technician on silver, drop stepper on silver. You're going to go with pro touch on gold, bully on silver. And then for those tier 3 badges, you're going to go with masher on gold and fearless finisher cord. You can also go with rise up. Any combination of the three any combination of those three, even fast switch a little bit, you know, that's completely up to you. But you do have 2 choices if you want to make both of them gold. For your shooting badges, you're going to go with Agent 3 on bronze. You're going to go with Volume Shooter on bronze, Blinders on gold, Green Machine on gold. And then for those tier 3 badges, you're going to go with Catch and Shoot Cord on gold, Deadeye on silver, and Limitless Range on bronze. For those playmaking badges, you're going to go with Clamp Breaker on bronze. You're going to go with Handles for Days on bronze and Special Delivery on bronze. Then you're going to go with Vice Grip on gold, and you're going to go with Quick First Step on bronze. And then for those tier 3 badges, you're going to put either Dimer Cord up and Unpluckable on silver, or you can even play with Needle Threader. Like, you have a couple plays for that tier 3 badge. And if you wanted to bring up Break Start as well, but I think this is probably the best combination. Of course, Needle Thread is always an option, but it's not going to beat out Unpluggable for me at least. Lastly, for those defense and rebounding badges, there's an interesting world that, because of the fact that there's 12 badges, so you're not going to have any options for the tier 3, but you have your stats set up that you're just going to get all the tier 1 and tier 2 badges. So Box Out Beast on gold, make sure you core that. post lockdown on silver, workhorse on gold, off-ball pest on bronze, ankle braces on bronze, challenger on bronze, glove on bronze, and interceptor on bronze. Perhaps the easiest set of badge layouts that I've ever had in my life. All right, everyone, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell icon. Join the Penny Face Squad. As always, you already know, builds are coming soon. 2K24 builds, of course. Follow me everywhere at the Penny Face, except for on Twitch. It's Mac Roberts. And as always, I'll catch you in the next one and win forever.